So, what are you doing? Let's see. It is 10 after 7. And I haven't really been doing a whole hell of a lot on my quad for the past couple of days. And it was just sitting there. It's able to be ridden, but I just had all kinds of stuff attached to it and mocking stuff up for the little box in the back. So I took it all off, put it off to the side so I could just get out and ride. And I think it's been 7 or 8 days since I put out a video, so I wanted to make sure that I got one out too. Sure will be nice when I'm able to just go out and jump on it and everything's done. Will that ever happen? God, I don't know. I don't know. I just keep doing stuff. But that is kind of the fun of it. Getting everything, well, other than riding, getting everything ready and pretty and working really, really good. And, all that stuff is nice afterwards when you get out and ride, and it's just works really nice. Makes you feel good. Anyway. Let's see who's out on the road today. Good morning. I think I was just thinking to myself, I think that it'll finally, once I get all the red on here, the color on here, so it's not all black, I think I'll like it a lot better. Because the little spots of red make it look pretty cool, I think. Hey, Darius. You too, buddy. I'm not sure what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a little creak, creak, creak. And anytime I hear anything at all, I'm going, oh. What's that? I don't want to break anything, so I'm like, oh God, what'd I mess up? I think it's the a combination of the spokes on the left rear, and also the new chain tensioner piece that I put on. I probably should have just let well enough alone, you know. But we'll find out. It's so far, you know, I've gone on a few rides and I checked it, I don't know when, yesterday, day before, something like that, and it's not hardly worn at all. So that's a good sign. But it's not, you know, it's not really tight on the chain either. It just holds it a little bit closer. I think like maybe kind of like, you know, any bike, the tension on any bike chain, you know. It's not that much, but it holds it on. So I think we're good. Morning. Or not. He, I guess, was listening well to his parents when they said, "Don't talk to strangers." That's good. I'm looking forward to the bottom, finally getting to the bottom part of the box, because I'm almost finished with modifying and painting and everything, the top. It's not quite there yet. But the bottom part is where, you know, the battery, the orientation of the battery changes, and, you know, I put the high-powered DC to DC converter and, you know, all that good stuff. Well, if it works right and it doesn't blow everything out. Here's 50 amps. So we'll see. I went out for about an hour last night and really enjoyed myself. I just finally got fed up and got up from the chair and went out and cleaned everything up out there. It's just a big mess, of course, you know, because I was right in the middle of everything. So I just cleaned it up, took everything off, and made it roadworthy again, and went out, and it was a really nice time. It was only an hour, you know, which is a short trip for me, but it was a fun hour. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. Starting to get used to the different gears and stuff, not changing them as much. I'm gonna start doing that. I keep saying that, I know, but I need a charged battery, and I'll start doing that maybe down Manth Street or something, and that big long street that I have that doesn't have any stop signs on it. That's a good street to try that on. So I was thinking about it last night. I really do. I'm sure I know how to do it with just idling the motor from, you know, because that's what you got to do. When you're pushing on the motor, you want to go into the next gear up. You got to let off just a little bit. So it's just kind of idling, and then you shift real quick and then hit the throttle again. And that'll give you more power. So I know exactly how I need to do it. It's just, the practical, whatever, practice actually doing it. This gear gives me about 25, 26 miles an hour top speed. And it gives me nice, quick pickup from a dead stop. So I like it. I'd like it maybe to go to 30 instead, but it's all right at 25, 26. I was kind of testing that yesterday. My nose is itchy. It's a little bit colder than, I'd like with short sleeves, so I had to put my hoodie on. It's like 70. Or 71. And when I went out to check the weather, it was a little bit nippy, so I had to run back in and get my hoodie. Oh, I can tell you about that. I have plenty of time. I had a flat tire that turned into an epic flat tire. It just went on and on and on, and finally I conquered it yesterday. My rear passenger side rear tire on my truck was flat when I came out the other morning to go to work. On my way to work, I pulled out of the driveway, and you could tell when you have a flat tire, and I did. Thank God I was right there. I didn't get it on the road, because I would have never been able to do it myself if I was out on the road with all the tools that I had to use. It was crazy. I called them and told them that I was going to be about an hour late, and they're wonderful, as they always are. And I'm just an idiot. Anyway, so I pulled into the parking, my back up right by the garage, so I could get at it, and I looked for the jack. And it is literally the smallest bottle jack I've ever seen in my life for my truck. 4-wheel drive truck. It was like, I don't know, maybe 10 inches long, maybe. And just little, just a little thing. So, I mean, I don't, I looked at everything that I had. I thought no problem. I'll just use my jack. But my jack is a motorcycle jack. Every jack that I have is a motorcycle jack. I have 3 of them. So, they weren't even about to work. So, I used the bottle jack that came with the truck. Had its nice little holder behind the seat. So, yeah. I picked it up. I put it on the axle, by the tire that was flat, and I swear it only came up like that much. like maybe a half an inch or maybe an inch, maybe at the very most. It was just ridiculous. And it's so small, the base plate is so small, and it was kind of teetering a little bit when I had it, and it had to be fully extended. Good morning. So I got it under there. I got it jacked up. I got the I actually beat the the lug nuts off of it because they just wouldn't work. They wouldn't come off because they're put on 1,000 years ago with an impact wrench. So I used a rubber mallet and my foot and everything else, and finally got them all off. But then I found that the wheel was somehow seized to the hub because I just couldn't get it off. And then finally I thought, well, you know what? What the hell? I'm going to just beat the hell out of it and see if it'll come loose. So I just went from one side to the other, just beating on it with a big hammer, big mallet. And it, sure enough, finally came loose. And then I went underneath the back end of the truck, under the bed of the truck. They have the spare tire mounted under there. But it's, from 1999. So it was, completely rusted, and I had no idea what tool to use to grab onto this thing and undo it. It had some kind of spring-loaded thing on it. So I didn't want to mess with it. So I went and got my grinder and ruined one grinding wheel on it, and then a grinding disc, and then I went and started on a second one, and finally got through it. The tire dropped down, smashed the grinder with my hands in it. So that was nice. But I got it out. The end result was I got it out. And then I put the thing on and dropped it back down with the little itty bitty jack, and the tire was almost flat. It was just because it's been there, for 1,000 years, since 1999. So I rode around for 2 days trying to get it pumped up, but for one reason or another, I just could not get that task done. I just couldn't do it. So finally, yesterday, I brought it home and changed one of the, because I have the air compressor at home, so I can pump it up, no problem. But I had the wrong tip on the tool, the air tool. So I had to pull it off of one of my other tools and put it on that. And then I just pumped it up after all the problems that I've had. Oh, I won't even go into that. It's just, So finally, after like 2 or 3 days, it's finally where it should be. I'm going to buy, when I can, I'm going to buy a correct jack for, the size of my truck. I asked about it at work, and the guy that knows about that stuff told me what to get, so now I know what to get. So I'll have a normal jack in there. Anyway, that's it, you guys. That's all for me. Thank you, and have a great day or night or morning or whatever it is, wherever you're from. And I'll try to do the same. See you next time, guys.